By the time I was 15 years old, I didn't want anything to do with him anymore. It was right before he went to treatment, and things had escalated to the point where I, in my head, was just washing my hands of him and didn't want a thing to do with him. I remember when he went away to treatment, Corning sent him away to treatment. And I remember my mother was trying to get us to write letters to him and tell him how much we missed him and wanted him to come home. And I wouldn't do it. I did not want to write. I didn't want him to come home. I didn't want him to come home, number one, because I didn't like him. And then number two, I didn't want him to come home because I had already started doing the things that he wasn't going to be doing anymore. So then I knew I was going to be getting in trouble for that. So
That makes sense.
but anyway, so I did not want him to come home. But he did come home, and I will say that looking back on it now, whenever my dad first started in his recovery process, that man did every single thing he could except get on his hands and knees and beg me to forgive him for the things. And I wouldn't really have any part of that. I mean, but by the time I was 19, I got kicked out of college, and he got me a job at the Corning plant. And then now, one thing that's real important about my story for me to look at is that when I first started working at Corning, I used to sign to be on a separate shift from Dad because I couldn't have him knowing what I was going in my car and doing on my lunch breaks, on midnight shifts. So I was signed to be on a separate shift from him. Before he retired for years, we signed and were on the same shift and had lunch with each other every single day. But we'll get into that here in a little bit about the way that the relationship evolved.